I'm 22 and I just moved out of my parents' house with my boyfriend. I live with him or whatever, whatnot. But so like
Why you
he's
moving
not
like
in the
that?
best spot financially. And like,
Why
like
you
I'm
moving in
aware of
his
that or whatnot.
house?
He's 27, but he like proposed to me the other day. Like an engagement or whatever. But he
Congratulations.
thank you, but he didn't have a ring. And like
You
I
just
just
brush
like
that off.
don't know like how to like go about the situation. Like should I just wait until like things get better? Or like I just don't know like how I feel about the whole like not having a ring situation. Like I do love him and I do care about him and like I do want to say yes, but it's just like my mom passed away. So I don't have like that womanly advice. Like should I be like and I feel like maybe she would have been like, like Kai, like maybe you need to like just wait for him to get himself together or whatnot, or like do I say yes because I do love him and I know he will get it in time, like maybe not today but tomorrow. Like I just like don't really like know what to do.
Mary,
Slow
is your
down.
It's a
Okay.
lot. He said
Well,
a lot.
maybe if he wasn't in the best of financial situations, you shouldn't have moved into the goddamn house. Maybe that would have been a better course of action. And if you love him and you with all that, then the ring, that's a secondary thing. Like you'll get your ring in time if that's what you're really trying to do. Like, how do
Right.
you feel less? It feels less valid without the ring. Like I mean, the proposal, the marriage is the ticket. It's not the dress. It's not the ring. Like it's the marriage. You know what I mean? The paperwork is needed. So that you need that. But they'll say it's just a piece of paper. I can counter with it's just a ring. Like they'll tell you a marriage is just a piece of paper. So I'm out with this. It's just a ring. Like if you get married, y'all legally go to city hall and do the whole thing or whatever you do it. You're married. Like young lady, I don't know.
Right.
Like if he was struggling so bad, why'd you move in this house? See, this is again, young ladies do this a lot. The first dude that they mess with that got their own crib, you trying to slide out your parents' mama house or your stepmom and daddy house, whatever. Now he ain't got them. He can't take care of you, and now you looking all stupid and crazy. Like you know what? Slow down a little bit. If it was that
Right.
bad, you know.
Right. And then did she say that he had his own place or he living with someone? I
She
don't know.
didn't specify. She said she moved
Okay.
in with him
Okay, she
or
moved
whatever
in with
from
him.
her
Okay.
parents' house. So I
Okay.
guess her mom, her stepdaddy, her daddy, and her stepmama. She said parents or her father's house, whatever's the case. She said mama passed away. God bless her.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay. So yeah, I agree. You probably shouldn't have moved in with him. And then was his financials bad before you moved in with him, or now that you moved in with him, now his financials is a little shaky because
carrying you.
right.
Hmm.
So and then on his side, bro, you probably shouldn't have allowed her to move in with you if your finances is a little shaky. And
Correct.
then that's one thing. And then you probably shouldn't have proposed if your finances is a little shaky because forget the ring. How is you gonna
You gonna
provide for
provide,
your
right?
wife if
Exactly.
she becomes your wife? How you gonna provide for her?
Yep. And
Do you have a plan?
y'all in there, young like rabbits humping. Y'all gonna probably have a baby somewhere soon.
And
That's
that's gonna
how it
further
goes,
complicate it.
and it's just gonna further complicate. And
Yes.
let's touch back on this ring situation because we spoke about this a little earlier off the recording. Let's bring it to the masses. Before, the ring wasn't that important, or it was important, but you would get your grandmama's ring or
Yes.
whoever so and so's ring and present that. It was like a family heirloom. It meant something more. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's a thing of the past. Ain't none of y'all trying to hear it out, I'm sure. But it was just the time, like the ring had a more of a representation to it. It
Right.
wasn't just something you went and picked and bought because it was big or whatever was the case. You know what I mean?
Right. This is my grandma Esther's ring. It's been passed through the family, and this is one of those things. A man is about to propose, so he go ask his mother, father, can I get grandma's ring or can I get mama's ring? Maybe she passed away or something like that. I don't know. See, that was a thing of the past. I don't know how many men just went out and bought rings like that, like they do today, and spend thousands of dollars. I don't know how many men did that in the past, so I don't have those stats. But what we do know that those family heirlooms were passed along and things like that. And sometimes men would make you a ring. And things like that. If you know how to do a little woodwork or iron work, might craft you something.
True.
Here you go.
It's very true. And again, these rings, the family heirloom, Grandma Esther's ring, you couldn't keep that.
Right.
So when things went south, or you got your, your cold feet or whatever, you give them damn rings back. See, these rings that they go out and spend 15, 20,000 on, y'all keep them because it's custom. You think it's mine, and no, that's still his ring. Give that man his damn ring back.
Right. So
you're saying you would have thought that's what your mom would have said, like, hey, beauty, listen, young lady, it's time. Maybe he needs to build himself up. I would lean into that. And let me ask you, before we completely write him off, is he in college? Has he graduated? Is he doing an internship and working a job to work towards his dream job? I'm being hypothetical. As a lawyer, as a doctor, as a R&B singer, I don't know what it is. But is he in school, or is he in some sort of college or trade school so he can prepare to work for that job?
So currently he's like doing mechanics. So he's like doing a trade school to like do mechanics. That's why I was like trying to give him like the benefit of the doubt, because like I wouldn't be with him if I don't see any potential. Like I feel like in the long run, he's gonna be where he needs to be, but it's just like I don't really know. Like I love him, but it's just like it's not money I'm with him for. But as again, like I'm really confused.
What state do you live in?
I live in New York.
Okay, New York. So money's right up there with air in New York City, because I live in New York City and in the United States, period. And although we like to think money is not important and we should be what's important too, money is very, very important. And they say one of the number one reasons for divorces is because of financial issues. So I don't know that I would take that next step with him yet. It's great that he's in that mindset where he's ready to fully commit to you. I think that's a beautiful thing. But I don't know that I would commit to someone yet who's not even where they need to be. Because if he's not where he needs to be for himself, he can't be where he needs to be for you. He can only give you what he's given himself. So it sounds like he needs some time to work on it. He needs to have some type of goal that he's working on so he could be the next whoever, or build his business or open a shop. But he has to have a goal, because money is very important. If you live in New York City, Texas, it's very important. All right, Canary?
Spoiler alert. I live in New York City. And I don't think that based on where you live, your requirements should be different. Like if he ain't got no money in New York, or if he was in goddamn Swamp Fox, Nebraska, you shouldn't be with him. Like if that's the case, if his provision is gonna be a problem, you shouldn't thrust yourself into that position. But again, like I said a little while ago, you maybe shouldn't be living in this crib neither. Like that's a financial bind to be in as well. So if you wasn't thinking about it on that step, I don't think this one would bother you either. You should have thought about that prior, but it is going to be an issue. Now I have to agree with Ashley. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be an issue based off her geographical location. Like, no, that's not based off if it's an issue or not. If he don't got the bread, he can't provide, he's not where he need to be, and he shouldn't be married, and you shouldn't be living in his crib if that's what she said, she lived in his crib. So, all of this is a little bit, or the whole thing, not part of it. Let's parse out the whole situation. The marriage and living in the crib should be a no-no if he not where he need to be. But if you love him, like she said, I love him and I'm not with him for the money and I think he's going to be, then tell him that. Like, tell him, yo, listen, that might be a little hard, but I'm here. Let's just move on and do what we got to do. Turning down a proposal to a man is dangerous, but if you have the right reason, maybe, you could work through it. If a man get down and he asks you ring, no ring, and you rebuff him, that might not hold up too well for you. Men don't double back and be proposing 6, 7 times to one woman. So if not, you could break it down. Okay, look, we ain't got the finances. This whoopty whoopty. We'll keep it real. Keep it 100. Tell them what's up. But this notion that because you're in New York and it's just as important as air, no, that should be a universal thing. Damn, where you at? Like, I see why people don't like New Yorkers, because we swear you know what I mean? Oh, if you hear, it's like it's another place on earth, like it's a different planet or something. Nigga, it's just New York. It's cool. It'll be all right. The same rules would apply all over the damn place. If you can't provide, no. There might, if it's going to be an issue and you can see it being an issue, then you shouldn't do it.
The flip side of that is, maybe I get what you're saying, that maybe if he can't provide, it might be an issue everywhere. But then we have to take in consideration the cost of living is so much higher in New York than it is in other places. So maybe that's something y'all need to take in consideration. Maybe him being a mechanic, his salary would be able to take care of y'all in the South or in somewhere where the cost of living is lower.
Sure.
So maybe you're living above your means.
Maybe.
So a lot of people be doing that. Like, oh, the cost of living is so high and we need all of this money. But think about where you live. There's cheaper places to live. I know you might be, stuck on the city and things like that, but then you're going to have to raise up your salary then and stop complaining. But there is cheaper places to live and things like that.
Sure. But to see, the thing is, there's a double side to that scale. Like, you're going to be taking a sideways step. If you move your operation to another place, the cost of living is different. So you're not going to have the same amount of money. You might be working with half the amount of money you had outside of New York. So you still to be in the same situation. If your mechanic business was netting you $50,000 in New York, they don't charge the same prices and wages in Virginia or whatever is the case. Like, so yeah, when you go down there, them same jobs you was doing here, you're not gonna exactly have the 1 for 1. Even if you was making minimum wage in New York is like $18, $19. Minimum wage in some other places $8, $9. So you taking that step back, you're still going to be in a financial bind. Either way you look at it. So some things are, I could see it going that way, but I don't think it's that. If your finances aren't where they should be, opposed to wherever you at, you shouldn't take that. If she sees it as I'm talking from her perspective. If she sees it like that, then it's an issue beforehand. It's going to be an issue after. So the issue is already building. So when it ain't what she wanted to be and all that, the seeds have already been planted. So I don't think she should go on with that. That's how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it.
And then Ashley saying, does he have any goals and stuff? If he's in trade school to become a mechanic, then obviously he has a goal.
Sure.
The issue part is that he's in trade school currently, and he hasn't gotten a position. He hasn't
he ain't where he need to be. That's just how it go. He's 27,
So, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a goal. Like, oh, what is his goals? He has a goal. He told her what his goals are. So she believed in something he told her, and she said she loved him. So what? And then this is where are you willing to build with him? Is you helping out in some type of way?
So then it wouldn't be a question. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, see, she's questioning it. Okay. Whether he's goal orientated, on his purpose, moving towards it, 10 days away, just getting started. Like, the fact of the matter is what she called about the finance. So the seeds have already been planted. So, okay, if it take you 6 months, 8 years, whatever it is, like, she's already, got that in mind. Like, we broke. So the clock is starting to tick. You know what I mean? If she was down, if she was with the mission and willing to build, she wouldn't have made this phone call. She would have said, yes, I'll get my ring later, and we going on. Like, that would have been, it wouldn't be nothing to question.
All right. I mean, I can see that. I just think that she's 22, and like she said, she don't have a womanly guidance and she don't know what to do. Like maybe she does want to. It seemed like she want to stay with the dude. She locked in to me. That's what it seemed like. But the finances is an issue. But what should I do? If you want to be there, be there. That's all. That's the simple answer. You know, the ring wouldn't matter. The finances won't matter because it seems like she locked in. She ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But the finances is going to probably be an issue.
It's going to be a recurring issue. If it's an issue now, and if it don't work itself out,
she just don't know what to do about it.
It's going to continue.
So she don't know what to do about it. So let me continue.
Yes, thank you, Mama.
You're welcome, darling. Money is right up there with air. And when I say money is important, I'm not getting to Chanel bag. I'm not getting to Dior shoes. I'm not talking about driving a G-Wagon, a Benz. I'm not even talking about the lifestyle. I'm just talking about day to day. Living in New York City, going from point A to point B, buying you whatever you want. Rent, exactly. Mortgage. Being able to go out to Cheesecake Factory or the 5-star or Tao in New York City. Having the option to do both. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking basic necessities. Not even the lifestyle of the richest and the famous. Being able to go to Whole Foods versus going to C-Town. They both good. But I'm just saying, money's important, especially in New York City. So he needs to focus on himself, build himself up as a young man before you take on his stuff and he takes on yours in a marriage. I'm struggling with the man. No. Yeah, at 18. Thank you, Purple Rain. Thank you at 18. Oh, yeah, we're going to go get, the 2 for $5 at Popeyes. We're going to go to the movies. But when you start to become, a young woman or a young man, struggling is not fun. And again, when I say don't struggle, I'm not talking about the buying designer bags or living in a penthouse. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the basic.
Final thoughts.
I'm confused. Again, if the finances are going to be an issue at any point in your mind, then don't do it. That's foresight. Like you seeing it before it happens, and you shouldn't progress. If they're not, if you locked in, you ready to build and take the proposal and move on with that. I don't see the confusion. I don't know. Ashley with the highfalutin advice, that ain't helping. Like, and again, I see why people don't like New Yorkers. We come with that, like New York is a different planet. Like, nah, fam, it's the same rules apply everywhere. Like, if you ain't got it, you shouldn't do it. Like, irregardless. So blow that out the water. And all Ashley's gonna tell you to do is get some Chanel and do something bougie. If the finance is gonna be a problem, it's gonna be a continuous issue. If it don't correct itself. So if the finances are not a problem, then you should have no problem proceeding without the ring. The ring, they'll tell you the marriage is just a piece of paper. The ring is just a ring. Like, it is just a ring. You could get your ring later, have a healthy marriage. You could have no ring. It go down the drain when you washing the dishes. You still got a marriage. So, I don't know. The conflating and the putting the two, the ring more important than, that's not the same thing. Like, you could have a marriage and no ring, a marriage with a ring. It could be either or, So, don't put too much stock into that. If you riding, you riding. Like, all the questioning and the hesitance, that tells me that it's going to be a problem. Whatever it wasn't, the finances ain't doing what they supposed to do. The ends ain't meeting. Maybe you should have kept your ass out that man's apartment, but it's going to be an issue. So don't even step into that. Use your foresight, sister. Don't do it then if it's going to be like that. That's all I got to say about the matter. What about you, Queen? Final thoughts?
I think initially the first mistake here is moving into his house and the finances was the issue. And then now it's like, y'all living together. He proposing and probably don't want to be shacking up and things like that. And whatever. So like y'all moving fast because now you live in his house. So that was the initial mistake and whatnot. Should have found your own little apartments, living situation before you moved in and all of that. Then the other thing is, if you gonna lock in, then lock in, like, and stop questioning and whatnot. Like, I think it's because she is relatively young. She is 22 years old. And she like she said, she loved this man. She want to be with this man, but she really don't know how to operate. What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? I love him. Should I be okay with that? He doesn't have a ring, because society is telling you he got to have a $10,000 ring and he need to pay all the bills and stuff. So I think that's really where what's conflicting in her. Like, I want to really be with this man, but society is telling me otherwise.
Right.
So like she said, she needed the womanly guidance. She doesn't have it, but girl, if you're going to lock in, that means you might have to get out there and get it out the mud with him.
Yeah.
If you're not going to lock in and you're going to leave and it's going to be a problem and you don't want to build, then this is the time to get out.
You got to make a decision. Right.
But the question is you going to lock in or not? So,
yeah.
And then go from there. Like, so.
Yeah.
But finances probably would, even if they build together, even the finances probably would still be an issue. It's issue in a lot of couples' marriages and relationships. Finances is an issue.
Yeah.
No matter, it's one of those things.
Or they might become an issue. Right. Now, if you see it ahead of time, again, if it looks like that, like if that's what you're looking at, an issue, then I think you already have a problem. If you didn't, then you wouldn't look down. Okay, we together, we living together, we're gonna get married. We're not looking at that part of it necessarily. Like if you see it, then it's a problem. Like you can't ignore it. If you don't see it, then I don't think it's a problem. So what I'm saying is, like, for her to even be going down this path, it is a problem, and it's going to be a problem. That's what I was saying. Okay. Now, if it became a problem later on, that's something different. Like, okay, now we didn't have that problem when the proposal was proposed and the marriage was an issue. Then we had an issue. That's something different. But you looking forward at it, like, I would think you shouldn't proceed. You already have a problem. That's basically what I was saying.
Yeah, not that the finance. When I say issue, is that finances are a reoccurring theme or things that you go through in a relationship. So it is going to be somewhat of a concern. Like, I don't know, the relationship just doesn't operate purely off of love and all of that. Finances become a part of it. Absolutely. So I don't know. That's the best way I could explain it. Like, it is going to be a topic. Let me say it like that. It's going to be a topic, and
damn right.
Is whether he's down, you down, throughout the relationship, finances is a topic. So you can't ignore it and whatnot. It needs to be. You know what? It should have been discussed before they moved in together. Before marriage was discussed, all of this should have been discussed.
Bingo.
And I understand you might need the womanly guidance and stuff, but y'all should have discussed this. What is his plans? Did he tell you his plans? Did he tell you what the financial situation was like? Did he have plans for that? Like, all of that should have been discussed. But it's like I said, it seemed like they made a rash decision to move in together. And now you're trying to like recover from the decision. Oh shoot, we struggling over here. When y'all really should have just had a conversation about it, because finances is going to be a topic. And I think she's really worried about it because she don't know what to do. And y'all didn't discuss it. Y'all didn't discuss it before y'all just proceeded with the marriage. Like everything is just happening fast and you don't know what to do. So no, I don't know. That's just how I see it. Like, so.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it right there. Y'all heard what we think. More importantly, we want to know what you guys think. So get down there in the comment section. Let us know if you agree, disagree. If we were on base, off base. You know, we are 360-degree thinkers on this platform. Free thought, always promoted #1 here. Leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. We'll be back real soon with some more of this dating show foolishness. Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a good night and be safe.